Okay, we're here at 2968 Motor Avenue here in Los Angeles. Now we're here to check the main sewer line. We obviously cannot check every pipe in the house. You'll have your general inspector crawl underneath, physically look at everything. We're here to check the main line, and this inspection is based on my opinion. So we're running the camera from this 4-inch two-way cleanout located here where the pipe exits the house, right by these big palm trees over here. And we've got our camera downstream where we've gone to the city connection all the way in the street, right in the middle of the street by the stop sign. And we're going to bring the camera back. So we're actually in the city sewer right now. There's the city sewer. As we come back, here's your connection to the city. We come back in a little section of clay pipe. And then right over here, you see a little bit of roots getting in. And this is like right at the end of a cured in place pipe lining. Now those are not big roots or anything, but they already coming through the lining, at least at the end of the lining. Linings don't stop roots from growing, especially when there's a lot of roots around. It really is like a temporary fix. Now the thing is with that, if you ever have to clean the line, you never ever want to run a cable with a blade through a lining because you can cut it up and destroy it. It has to be cleaned very carefully with a hydrojetter. That eventually over time that end of the lining is going to break down and you'll obviously need to replace the pipe at some stage. But that may be in a few years' time anyway. So you can see roots appearing at the end of the lining because the lining doesn't really adhere to the hose pipe. So we're going to bring the camera back. Coming back from here, it all looks good. But you see, the thing is that the roots grow between the lining and the hose pipe, and they show up normally on either end of the lining. Sometimes they break right through the lining. And in this case, it shows up at the end of the lining. Minor roots at this time. The line is functioning. As we come back, this all looks good. Comes onto the property, changes to an ABS plastic pipe. This is probably a polyethylene pipe. When we get to the coupling, we'll have a look at the connection, just to confirm that. You see that over there, how it's like very oval. Obviously, I'm just going to pause the recording. Okay, so there's definitely a polyethylene pipe which was pretty much not very well installed because you can see how that's oval it should be round. Okay, let's keep coming back. Nevertheless, it is functioning. And then you've got some water standing in the line over here. So that's what you can see there. So this is very poorly installed, this section of piping over here. It's got water standing in the line, it's oval. Okay, let's bring the camera out. We're going to come out of this clean out over here. I'm going to pause the recording when I run the camera upstream. Okay, running the camera upstream. We've come to the end of the line over there. Just come back a little bit. Looks like a bunch of paper and stuff. Okay, this cast iron is getting pretty old underneath the house. Remember, we're looking at the inside of the pipe. We cannot see the outside, but it looks pretty old. Now, you'll have the general inspector crawl underneath, and if he says things are leaking, well, obviously it's going to need to be replaced. This is obviously running under the ground, but whatever he can see underneath, it's getting pretty old, this pipe. And this two-way clean out, it's not the best of clean out because it's very difficult to get your camera or your cleaning equipment to go the right way. So we're going to recommend that this pipe be replaced from outside over here. In fact, keep coming back, and I'm going to get a location stop here. Okay, so let's keep coming out. Those are just cobwebs in the line. Okay, so here it comes out of the clean out over here in the front of the house, and we'll go ahead and stop the recording over here.